Assalamu alaikum. This will address the packages of Umrah and Hajj. We spoke last on the issue of Umrah. Umrah does not take much because in an hour's time Umrah is over. What is left is for people to move around, do a lot of tawaf, go for shopping and so on. That is not really much. But also where you have a package, it should be clearly spelled out what that package entails. Packages should be very explicit. If you see a package that says we have a hotel that is close to Haram in Medina, close to Haram in Mecca, very nice transportation and good logistics, do not pay your money to that package. It's 419, it's deception. Any tour operator worth their salt should be able to tell you, we have a package of a 4-star hotel. The name of the hotel is ABC in Medina. Whether you know that name or not, Google it, you will see its position, you will see the star, you will see the service. In Mecca, we have ABC Hotel, which is so meters away from the Haram. We have so type of transport to accommodate you. We have feeding, yes, this is what you will have to engage as a vehicle towards performing your Umrah or Hajj. When it comes to Hajj, it has to be also very, very explicit. What type of hotel is this that is close to Haram, that is very few meters away from the Haramain in both Mecca and Medina? That hotel name has to be mentioned, and the type of transportation. In Hajj, you have to include the type of tent, because there is the C tent, which is the farthest. You have the B tent, you have the A tent, you have the A plus tent. If you are giving me a package that says I have very good tent in Mina and Arafah, you are trying to cheat me. You have to tell me exactly what type of tent you are providing. And as a tour operator, the Hajj Commission of Nigeria has made it mandatory for tour operators to upgrade their tent services to at least B. Any tour operator giving you the C class service is not worth your attention at all. And that is a contravening attitude of the instructions or edicts given by the Commission. So any package from a tour operator must start at least from the B tent standard. That is what you have to operate as one who is giving services for private Hajj operation. Then the type of air tickets also should be very clear. What airline is taking me and from what point? Is it from Abuja? We are also prohibited by the Commission from going through the pilgrim, that is the state pilgrim arrangements of aircraft. No tour operator would put their pilgrims on a state pilgrim aircraft unless by a special permission from the Commission. So where you are giving me a package for Hajj or Umrah, you should be able to state clearly what airline it is you are taking. Is it a charter flight, or is it any of the flights that we have from Abuja or from Kano or from Lagos? That should be spelled out and indicated clearly for anybody to see. Otherwise, that is a recipe for disaster. The tour operator would find himself in a very constricted position because you have to have the nod of the airline during the initial stage of preparing your package, especially for Hajj. At times they block the routes. They give other countries who in inverted commas can pay. Those tickets are more expensive elsewhere So from Nigeria, the agent will find it difficult to make a booking and confirm it at the peak period of Hajj. That should be taken care of. Let the airlines who have offices in Abuja, Lagos, and Kano be able to give us the group booking. Once they give you the group booking, that means you will be moving as a group from that country until you return. Now, where that is not possible, the agent may make a separate booking. Make a separate booking for you and issue your ticket independently, maybe in line with the date of the package. There is also another danger of departure out of Jeddah, that for certain days after Mina, we come out of Mina on the 12th. So normally, pilgrims from this part of the world will not travel out of Jeddah from the 13th, 14th, and 15th of the Hijjah. So any booking, people want to go to Hajj through tour operators because they are busy executives. They want to finish their devotions and return to their countries immediately. So they would want to have an earlier date out of Jeddah. Once you see your ticket, and that ticket is reading a date that falls within 13th, 14th, or 15th of the Hijjah, you will not accept that, because that aircraft will not be on the Hajj system of departure. Once it is not, the field office will not issue your passport, will not give you your passport out, will not release your passport for travel. Once you do not have your passport, you cannot travel. So dates must be according to the arrangements that the Saudi authorities and the Hajj ministry have made for pilgrims from this part of the world to depart. They said those early days out of Mina are for the pilgrims within the Khalid region. Even with airlines like Emirates, who have definite flights daily from that period to Dubai and to other parts of the world, will not be an aircraft for a pilgrim coming from this part of the world, say Nigeria or Ghana or any other place. They have their own arrangements. Except for some people who would not release their passports when they arrive at the airport. And that creates more problem to the tour operator. There are certain numbers that may lead to sanctioning that company within the Saudi authority system. So you must be able to account for your pilgrims as they come into the kingdom and as they go out of the kingdom. So what I'm saying is, where you see packages, any tour operator worth his name would not put pilgrims to depart out of Saudi Arabia from the time that they leave Mina, except where that tour operator is able to charter a separate flight for his group. Then of course they can leave even on Arafah Day. As soon as they finish Arafah, they come to, there are people who do that. After Arafah, they depart. Or maybe a day after Arafah, and so on. That is only possible for people who have private jets or who have chartered one. That is when they'll be able to depart. So now this is just the background of the packages as a whole, but we have at least 3 main packages, and these are according to the star of the hotels that we are relating with. You have the 3-star package, which is distinct from the Pilgrim's Apartment. Pilgrim's Apartment have their own arrangements, which is with the state pilgrims boards and agencies. But for a tour operator, he should at least operate a 3-star hotel, whereby you have hotel services, normal hotel services in such a package, and he should be wary of putting pilgrims miles away from the Haramain in both Makkah and Medina, because even the state pilgrims boards now under NARCON's instruction are able to move closer to the Haram more than ever before. So a tour operator should be able to provide that under the 3-star arrangement package, and they have their own feeding arrangement for the stay in Medina and Mecca. Normally, Medina will be 4 nights, and the remaining nights will be spent in Mecca. Normally 2 weeks, 4 nights in Medina, 10 normally in Mecca, and that is it. So in a 3-star hotel in both Mecca and Medina, and maybe for the Mashayir, you will have the B tents for the 3-star hotel. Of course, the B tents will do. Then we have the 4-star hotel arrangement. Some of the hotels in the kingdom are very, very good, and the standards are okay, especially in Medina. But when you come to Mecca, at times the stars, in inverted commas, do not marry the type of facility or the building or the arrangement that you see. Maybe only the 5-star can claim or maintain both the name and the star. So for the 4-star, when it comes to the Mashayir also, you may have an A tent, for example, for the 4-star. A tent, which is adjacent to the A+ tent and is also the closest to Jamarat. Yes, will be able to do that, and the feeding arrangement also must be done in both Mecca and Medina. And for the Mashayikh, there is no question about that. Let the pilgrims that you are serving bear in mind that whatever happens in Mashayikh, it's beyond your control, because that is controlled by the Muassasa. You are not giving any special privileges to make any special arrangement for your pilgrims or to bring external food from outside and so on. So you are at the mercy of the service provider. What NACON does, which is very good, is to make people get value for their money. Where services are not provided, you liaise with the AHUN officials. Every tour operator knows that, and you put a concrete complaint against any service that is not provided, and the service provider will be made to refund such unprovided services to the pilgrims. Then we move to the last one. The last one is the 5-star arrangement, and hotels abound in both Medina and Mecca that are 5-star. Even in the King Abdulaziz Endowment building, you have about 12 or so, 15 hotels that are mostly 5-star hotels, and others around it that you can still keep the pilgrims. Everything about a 5-star, any 5-star service worth its name should really be 5-star. In the hotel, a 5-star. In the service that the hotel provides, the staffing, how they relate with the pilgrims, it has to be 5-star. For the vehicle that convey the pilgrims, meet and greet at the airport, and the ziyarah and the movement from Medina to Mecca also has to be 5-star. For my company, for example, we have jettisoned the idea of using any form of transportation other than aircraft from Medina to Jeddah, and then we coordinate from Jeddah to Mecca by air. That's what we do once they land, because these are VIPs, these are 5-star pilgrims. They have to feel and be served as VIPs and as 5-star pilgrims. So in the Mashayikh also, you cannot, once you have a 5-star service, take any other package other than the A+, which is the highest in the Mashayikh arrangement. Of course, some people make it lesser, because the difference between the VIP plus, A plus and A is more than 500,000 per pilgrim. It's more than 500,000 naira per pilgrim. The difference between A plus and A. So some people would still maintain the 5-star arrangement in both Mecca and Medina in terms of hotels, and when it comes to Mashayikh, they drop to A instead of A plus, because 500,000 means a lot when you calculate the cost for that for that package. But for some, really, they would not take anything less than the A+ arrangement in the Mashayar, which covers also the Arafah and the movement. And also one should look at the type of bus that should be used to convey those pilgrims. Because there are buses, and there are buses within the Hajj arrangement, and we have seen how NACON is encroaching on our territory by providing very up-to-date model of buses to serve their pilgrims. If NACON will do that with the state pilgrims boards and agencies, what about the tour operator? How can the tour operator have something less than, in some cases, the latest model of buses to convey their pilgrims within the Mashayar and within the Hajj exercise?